Hey guys, so I will be making a blur reward farmer automation, and what this automation does, basically, it underbids the top bid of a collection by 0.01 ETH. That way you get the blur rewards for a high bid, but it's constantly below the top bid, so this gives you some protection from people accepting the bid as you're not the highest bidder. So the name will be blur reward farmer. I repeat this action every 15 minutes. So the trigger is 15 minutes, and every 15 minutes I will get the blur collection stats of a collection. For this collection, I will use the compass pass, of course. Hold on, I'll just input a collection ID here. String, so that way this input will go here. So this way I add the collection ID on the top of the automation, and it will input it everywhere where I need to specify the collection ID under every action. This way I can reuse the automation quickly. So I have the automation input, which will be the collection ID. I will add a max bid, so this value will be a only continue if the output from the previous one, so the top bid of my collection is smaller than, let's say, 0.2, so this will be my absolute max bid. Then I continue and I start to do my bid, right? So I put bid on blur. I have my wallet ID. My wallet ID is right here. My wallet ID, I add my collection ID, which will be from my input up here. I have my price, and my price will be top bid. But I will undercut the top bid by 0.01. So for that, I add the liquid.js mask format minus 0.01. So this way my bid is not the top bid. If we have a look at the bids, so this is the top bid, my bid will go here. Good. How many do I want to bid? I want to bid one at a time. What will be the duration? This is in seconds, so that will be 900 seconds. I have the input. It's fairly simple. I have the input up here, which will be the collection ID. That way I can repurpose this automation for any collection very quickly. I have the name. I have the repeat function. It repeats every 15 minutes. I fetch the blur collection stats for my collection. For that, I have the input here for the collection ID. I'll show you how that works in a second. Then I get the max bid here. I only continue if the top bid of the collection is below 0.2, which is the case very easily. And then I bid on blur. I bid below the top bid. This was in language called liquid.js. You can look it up how to use it. Liquid.js. It's very simple. See, here's all the different actions you can do. Divided by, this is how you divide. And I just use this one, the plus one. So if you add 4 plus 2, then this is what it looks like. And that's what it looks like with my automation as well. I do one quantity and then I press create. And then I have my template here, and now you'll see what the input looks like. So if I create an automation from this template, I just put in, let's say, blur reward farmer compass plus, let's say. And now I can input the compass pass address, and I hit create. There it is. I just turn it on. I see the logs appear here, see the number of runs appear here, and that's it. And now the bids will appear here once every 15 minutes, so we have to wait 15 minutes for it to run. I can down it to 1 minute. Let's see it fire. So let's wait a minute. Right, so the automation is running now. You can see the history. It has some successes. And my bids are coming in. There's a lot of bids coming in, so I can stop the automation now. Changed it down to 1 minute just so the automation is coming faster. Now I've turned it off. We'll share these automation templates to you, so you don't have to go through the process of setting them up. But I highly recommend you trying to set these up yourself, because then once you get a hang of the logic of it, then it will be very easy for you to make it more sophisticated, to add more protection, take more risk with the automations. You have to fine tune it a little bit, and then you get the best rewards. So